Okay, good afternoon everybody. The Mark Strickland Off-Grid Prep. This is take 3 of this video, trying to get this one out ready to post up for you guys. I put out on Facebook that we got a video coming, so we're working on getting this one put out. This one's going to be very specific on what you need in terms of personal protective equipment for coronavirus if this thing continues growing like it's going to go. So we got several other ones coming. Two I'll go ahead and talk about real quick. It's going to talk about if you're in an urban area and this coronavirus things, we're going to talk about tripwires, what you should be looking for, and then the immediate actions you might want to consider taking. And then another video will be if you're in a rural area, kind of like us, if your backdrop is mountains and woods, then what tripwires you'll be looking for, and then the actions you would want to consider taking for a coronavirus if it gets bigger than it seems to be growing right now. All right, we're going to get into the protective equipment that you need to have on hand. Okay, first thing you want is the N95 masks, if you can find them. These are the ones that we have. One variety is like this, just regular N95. The N95 designation means it filters out a smaller particle than the regular dust mask. We also have some of these that have a little breather valve on the front so your glasses don't fog up. Okay, and we keep these things in plastic bags. I got little kits that everybody has for their bag. It has this stuff I'm going over right now in their kit. Okay, next thing you're going to want to have, gloves. These are the nitrile gloves. These are the 8 mil thick standard glove here. 8 mil is thicker material. So yeah, you want to have, I like that because it's a little more durable. Again, I keep the gloves, a couple extra, I think every kit has 2 or 3 sets of gloves in it. So having that on hand is nice. Okay, eye protection. We went with these goggles just to protect the eyes. I think these are vented. Vented would probably work just to keep stuff out of your eyes. So something's better than nothing. So if you can get you some goggles, get goggles. Then Tyvek suits. These have the hoods on them. They got the little Tyvek thing written there. They get their hoods. Basically, it's kind of like a mesh material. They got the feet in them. You put these on if you're going through a heavily contaminated area. Say if you have to make a run into town, or if it's a lot of people are being infected in your area, that's when you would put this stuff on. If you have to go in somewhere, specifically the suit, to try to protect what you're wearing, so that you come out of the contaminated area, you strip out of this, all your protective equipment, and then basically you can dispose of it. You want to have some tape to tape up the sleeve of the Tyvek suit to the glove to create a seal there so nothing can get up in there. So you want to have that to protect you. Also, you're going to want to have Ziploc bags. We like the freezer ones. Get them in the gallon, the quart, the larger 2-3 gallons if you can find those. Just good for storage, keeping stuff in, keep stuff waterproof, clean, non-contaminated, just general storage. Always good to have this on hand. A lot of uses. Another thing to have are, I like this particular brand here. I think we pick them up at Walmart. They're the Brute. They're 55-gallon, heavy-duty contractor bags. Very durable, heavy-duty bags. You use them for waterproofing, ground cover, emergency shelter, a lot of different things. If you get it, or you're stripping out of your contaminated stuff and you sit and throw it in, you throw it into one of these bags or a Ziploc bag, and now it has all your contaminated stuff contained in a nice clean bag on the outside. Okay, you're going to want to have some type of decontaminating medium. You can get this Clorox. This is this concentrate stuff. It's just a higher level of concentration of chlorine than the normal stuff you buy at you use in the laundry. Or you can have this stuff, or the powdered version known as Pool Shock. You can get this stuff here. This is a longer shelf life. The liquid stuff, it starts losing its strength over time. So I like the Pool Shock because it stays at its normal concentration a lot longer. Use it for cleaning up and water purification if you had contaminated water. Okay, something else you're going to want to consider having around. Hand sanitizer. When I was doing security stuff in DC, we'd have this stuff in the buildings. You walk into the lobby, got a little dispenser there, clean the hands. This is what this stuff is standard protocol for big buildings. for a pandemic. So this is just part of having, you know, a pandemic plan, having hand sanitizer. Something else you're going to want to consider: general cleaning supplies. Good heavy duty nylon brush for scrubbing and cleaning, general purpose detergent. You're going to want that. Buckets, you're going to need some 5-gallon buckets. You can pick those up at the home center, wherever you can get those. A kiddie pool. Kiddie pool will be if you're having to scrub somebody down, do some cleaning up of a person or some supplies. You put them in the kiddie pool, you do the decontaminant, all the contaminated water goes into the kiddie pool. Now you got it contained, and now you can try to either dump it a lot of chlorine to sanitize it, or at least you have a way it's in one area and easy for you to start dealing and managing with it. Something else you want to consider: some tarps to put underneath the kiddie pool. You put the tarps down, and that way that you're not contaminating your soil underneath wherever you're doing the cleaning. And you can other uses for tarps: waterproofing, emergency shelters, keeping stuff dry. So just a good idea to have these things on hand. Okay, why do you want this stuff? If this COVID coronavirus thing keeps going, if it does, we get an outbreak in this country, don't know if that's going to happen, but just if it does, you're going to want this stuff on hand. Like I said, one video we're going to be doing is going to be talking about general preps, food, water, shelter things. You want to consider doing this stuff now, because from what we're seeing, the supplies coming into the United States are starting to be curtailed and shortened. There's not a lot of stuff leaving China coming into the U.S., which means we're going to start seeing shortages on the store shelves probably by April, maybe even earlier. So if you're not doing any prepping now, food, water, shelter, please start. If you're doing it, you need to top off now. We're already seeing shortages of bleach and cleaning supplies in stores now because of the CDC announcement that they put out yesterday saying people should prepare. Food on hand, we're recommending 6 months of food. So you need to have that on hand in your shelf if you can do that. Here again, what we like, if you're going to go grocery shopping, instead of buying 1 box of macaroni and cheese, buy 2. Or instead of buying 1 hamburger helper, buy 2 or 3 of those and put the extra ones on the shelf. And just do that every week. If you don't have a lot of disposable income, that's one way to start building your preps up over time. Something is better than nothing. So if you haven't started that, start that now. All right, now as far as what we do at Off-Grid Prep, we are a consultancy. We do security, and this as part of security is this prepping, and we do cameras and other things. Part of that is what we call it pandemic planning, what you would do in case there's an outbreak of flu or some bad disease, how you would address that. That's a part of our life safety planning, is pandemic planning. So yeah, we can help with that. We can also help with your security plan for your group, your church, or if you're a business, if you're Class A office space or your government, we do that under Building Security Associates. We can help you with that as well. Reach out to me. Easiest way to catch me, at least in terms of this video, is my short email address is mark@offgridprep.com. You can reach me there, or if you need to, just drop a comment. We're going to put this up on Facebook and on YouTube. Please leave us a comment. If you got any questions, we'll love to interact with you online, help you with any questions, get you going in the right direction. Like I said, we're expecting this, the real downstream impact of this coronavirus thing to be the impact of our supply chain and probably an economic, or an economic impact in the United States, just because trade can start being curtailed because of all the ships and stuff that's not coming into the country, or the airlines that potentially could stop flying if this thing gets even worse. So consider topping off your preps now, because we're really concerned about not being able to get stuff in a few weeks or a month from now. So again, questions, drop them below. We'll get your responses out to you as quick as we can. And email is mark@offgridprep.com.